guys, Brett and Shaun here with Harbor Wealth Management. This is Harbor University. This is just where we take a couple of minutes, answer a few questions that we get, whether it be from clients or prospects. In our line of work, we get asked questions a lot. And one of our favorite aspects of our job is getting to answer those questions. We love talking about what it is that we do and how we help our clients. One of us is really good at talking. Sometimes it's hard to get him to stop. Just ask our clients.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Got a couple of questions today. Our first one comes from Francis. Francis is a little bit intimidated about the world of investments, and we get that. But her specific question, Shaun, to us is, what's the hardest part of investments?
Well, becoming an investor, in the beginning, there are two very challenging things, and so it's a two-part answer. The first part is the language of investing. It can be somewhat intimidating, challenging. For example, if I look at Brett's cup here and I say this cup belongs to Brett, pretty simple concept. If I say it in Mandarin Chinese, now it gets a little more complicated. And the simple fact is, investing can be like that. The language can create confusion where simple concepts exist.
Yeah, I think there's terms out there that the average investor is not familiar with on the front end. They become more familiar maybe later on with terms like capitalization and PE ratio and dividend yield and covered call writing, just different stuff like that.
Exactly right. And usually with a simple explanation, we can come to an end on that. I want to actually reference the radio talk show host Dave Ramsey. And one of the things I've heard him say many, many times, and I've always appreciated this about him, is when you're looking for a financial advisor, look for one that has the heart of a teacher. Somebody who's not just going to tell you what they're going to do and you smile and nod and you're okay with it, but somebody who's going to take time to explain to you what the terminology is and how these investments work and what they're going to do for you over time. I think that can be very beneficial as well.
Absolutely. I think when our clients first come in the first couple of years and meet with us, it tends to be a little bit one-sided and we're teaching. But usually by year 2, year 3, they're asking just as many questions as we are, and it kind of turns into a dialogue.
I love when they're looking at us and going, yeah, I get that. I know what you're saying. Okay, we're good with that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun.
Right.
That's a lot of fun. You know you've done a decent job when people are starting to repeat back to you what it is you're trying to do.
Absolutely. So outside of the terminology and that language, getting that figured out, is there another, I think you said a 2-part answer. What's the second part of that answer?
Yeah, exactly. So the second part is that it's incredibly emotional. Investing is an emotional activity, and there are 3 primary emotions that drive it. There's greed, there's fear, and there's hope. Greed will make clients hold on to some positions or maybe keep too much stock too long, thinking that it's just going to go up in a straight line forever. Fear that's probably the most pervasive one. When the market becomes deeply distressed, there's a breaking point. Back to the language of investing, there's a term called capitulation when you just start to see the market fall out of bed, and usually that's people caving in and saying, I've had enough. That's usually a good time to be a buyer. It's if you love shoes, you'll love shoes even more on sale, and if you're buying stocks, you want to buy them on sale, so that's usually a good time. But not to panic and sell out of good long-term investments just because they might be getting hammered temporarily. The third emotion is hope, and that was kind of a silly one because it's a bit of a gamble usually. It's usually driven by finding a security. You've heard some good things about it. You buy it. Exactly right. You're hoping that it's going to come up sevens and that you're going to win the lottery, and not a good emotion to invest with. In fact, that's where we as financial advisors generally bring value to our clients. We act a little bit as a fire break. We help clients to do the right things at the right times because there's always that emotion creeping under the surface.
Good. Our second question shouldn't be as challenging, and if I'm reading this correctly, it comes from Rich at the Ponca City Chamber. Oh, hey, Rich. How do you spell IRA?
I'll tell you what. Let me loop around with Rich in private on that one.
Okay, good idea there. Well, thanks guys again for taking time. Thanks for your questions, Francis, Rich. Yeah, we do appreciate any time we get a chance to answer any questions. If you do have any, please feel free to submit those. www.harbor360.net is our website. Feel free to submit them there online. Email us, call us, whatever you guys need. We're here to help serve any way we can.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a bunch.